there's a delay. Interference, and there sounds like noises. I'm not sure what that is. talk to you tonight is exciting as it's quite a hearty and popular dish in Asia, in Hong Kong, and just trying to give you some practice passing starting. My there's a lot of inconvenience. I hear these alien noises. If you hear hearing. I don't even hear it. I guess I'm going to begin my show, and hopefully you can hear me along the way what I'm doing. Happy New Year, in Ontario, Great, so I trust that these sounds have been resolved. As I was saying, we have a New Year's Eve special today. This morning we're doing Chinese steamed pork buns, and these are also known as cha siu bao in Cantonese Chinese. And then we're going to start doing a Cool Whip chip dip. The reason for that is I have friends coming over for breakfast, and we're going to have some hash with our breakfast, and I'm going to try serving that with chip dip to see how those pair together. Then this evening at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, we will be featuring Southwestern nachos with seasoned pan-fried ground pork with a lot of seasonings. Pico de gallo, which is also known as salsa, but Pico de gallo sounds fancy, so I wanted to put that in. And got guacamole. All of these are homemade. And the nachos will be baked with cheese and pepper and jalapeno. So tonight there's more going on. And tomorrow on New Year's Day, January 1st at 10:30 a.m., we're having pretty much a cooking marathon. So our show, our Cook for Fun TV channel, usually features broadcasts every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. This week is special because of the holidays, and we have our extra broadcast today. But tomorrow, we're going all the way out, and tomorrow's menu will feature quite a few items. Japanese pork cabbage gyoza dumplings, coleslaw salad with using Napa cabbage, also known as Chinese cabbage, and apple, which is a little twist, and Caesar dressing, which is homemade rather than coleslaw dressing. And gnocchi, Italian gnocchi, and mapo tofu. So mapo tofu and gnocchi are actually requests that viewers had mentioned a couple of broadcasts ago, and I'm really pleased to offer this in our broadcast. And I just moved forward. The camera picks it up better that way. I noticed that the lighting was a little off. So let's get started on today's breakfast so that it's ready in time for our guests to arrive. What I had preparing and rising overnight was 2 cups of bread dough. Since bread dough takes a while to rise, we're going fast forward and showing you what it looks like. 2 cups of flour, a 0.8 teaspoon of yeast, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 0.8 cup warm water, a pinch of salt, and a couple tablespoons of sugar. Just to Google any typical bread recipe and prepare your dough. And this will be suitable for the Chinese steamed pork buns. Okay, now first of all, I'm going to prepare the filling because I have to cook that on the stove for the barbecue pork filling. Okay. Great. Okay, so in our episode 2 weeks ago, we featured barbecue pork, and I saved some. I had some leftovers, quite a bit. We baked an entire large pork loin, so we have quite a bit of leftovers. I'll probably end up using half of this for the barbecue pork steamed bun. And this is a shorter episode or broadcast because of our schedule for New Year's Eve. But tonight and tomorrow will be a much longer broadcast where you'll see more of the foods prepared from start to finish. Okay, so some of the viewers joining in again might recognize that I like using this Chinese cleaver for pretty much everything. And I'm just going to get in here and just grab this frozen barbecue pork. So a little bit of background on Chinese steamed pork buns is that they're widely eaten in China, especially northern China. They make a lot of homemade bread and noodles there. I personally am not from there, nor are my heritage is not from there. It's from the southern part of China, but with globalization, there's a lot of sharing of food, so that's what we're doing today. Okay, so I'm going to dice half of this barbecue pork. Okay, and I'm going to explain how I made it. So 2 weeks ago, when I broadcasted barbecue pork, I had prepared a barbecue sauce, but I prepared the sauce using a barbecue rib sauce recipe provided by Jamie Oliver. So if you Google Jamie Oliver Rad Rum Rib Sauce, and on my channel dashboard, if you scroll down, you'll see a link to that recipe. And that's quite a favorite. I'm chopping so slowly. I'm not usually like such a turtle at chopping. It's this broadcasting thing. Sometimes it just sort of gets to my nerves, So this is my 3rd cooking broadcast. Last Sunday, which is when our show is usually broadcasted, we did a Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Festivus greeting. It wasn't a cooking show. It was a just a greeting to viewers, and also um, I featured a tea bloom, a tea flower bloom show where I had these tea blooms tea leaves that were formed into flower shapes that were spears when dried, and when you place them in hot water, they bloom into a flower. So we featured that on our show, talked to the viewers, kept it short as it was such a busy Christmas day, I guess I would trust for most of you, but we're back on schedule now. Today is an extra bonus show for New Year's Eve, and tomorrow we're having our regular show back, which is featuring like at least 4 different dishes. So that will be longer. It'll be fun. There'll be more interaction as viewers jump in and out of the stream. So today we're just preparing steamed barbecue pork buns. So as I was saying from 2 broadcasts ago, this is pork loin that has been coated and baked with Jamie Oliver's red rum rib sauce. It's quite a favorite sauce in our kitchen. We have used that sauce for barbecue chicken wings, and they were a hit. They really are. It is really, really good. It's got a lot of ingredients, but just to recap, the major flavors of this barbecue sauce. There is like a syrup, like a honey, a maple syrup, or brown sugar. I'm a fan of substitution if I don't have certain ingredients on hand, but I have similar ingredients. So I must have used a bit of honey and syrup when I made that. There's like your ketchup, garlic. So it's like a sweet and ketchupy sauce. I think there probably was a bit of Worcestershire in it as well. And it's quite a hit. I recommend it. In this kitchen we must have used that barbecue sauce at least 10 times. So anyways, for this Chinese barbecue pork steamboat, we didn't follow a Chinese barbecue pork recipe. So Chinese barbecue pork, the main ingredients are honey and hoisin sauce. Hoisin sauce in Asia is also known as sweet sauce or brown sauce. And if you're tuning in from the U.S. Or in Canada, if you visit a Vietnamese restaurant and have Vietnamese noodle, the table sauce is typically a sriracha sauce, which you're probably familiar with. It's an award-winning hot sauce, sriracha sauce, and then the brown sauce is usually that hoisin, a sweet brown sauce. So that's what that is. So Chinese barbecue sauce, the major flavors are honey and hoisin sauce, and then there's other spices, depending on who the author of the recipe is. There's often Chinese 5-spice, and what is that? 5-spice. There's 5 spices in it. There's like cardamom. Is there cardamom? No, there's not. There's clove, star anise, cinnamon. Those are the 3 I remember out of the 5. But you don't use much of that. You use like a teaspoon in an entire whatever, pound or a couple pounds of pork. So the major sauces in Chinese barbecue pork are hoisin and honey. So hoisin is a sweet sauce. It's also known in Chinese as sweet sauce. So in this Jamie Oliver sauce, there's the maple syrup, honey, and ketchup. So the ketchup is for the acidity. So I guess the Chinese one doesn't have the acidity going as much. Yeah, it's more of a sweet sauce. So this one just has more of a ketchup kick, but it's still really good as a filling. And I'm quite a fan of, like I mentioned, substitution and also fusion foods. So we like our Jamie Oliver barbecue sauce. We also like our Chinese steamed buns. So why not put the two together? Because cooking is fun. And in this kitchen we cook for fun. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna introduce a a twist to this recipe. So the barbecue part, and you know what? I'm gonna flicker my hand because I find that the camera isn't okay. When I move actively in front of the camera, I don't know, the focus and the light improves. So I don't know why it goes dim. It's dim now, but all right. So I'm getting these messages. Okay, they're not referring to my stream. Just checking. So the twist is that in Taiwan, there's a very, very famous and beloved national, the Taiwanese government claims, they have a national dish that involves ground marinated pork or marinated braised pork and with rice, and the sauce is very tangy and so just to beef up this pork or pork up this pork, we're going to repurpose this leftover barbecue pork and put it on the stove and add even more flavor to it. We're going to add these Taiwanese flavors to it to beef up this pork or pork up this pork, and that a national Taiwanese dish is called Lu Ro Fan. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm not Taiwanese, or I'm not a native Mandarin speaker, but it's called Lu Ro Fan. And once I get my hands clean, I'll try to put a link in the chat. Then you'll have the benefit of that. Okay, so let's see where you're tuning in from. Oh, okay. Hi, Corey. Thanks for tuning in. So I recognize you from previous broadcasts. 2 broadcasts ago, you might have recalled that we were making barbecue pork loin with Jamie Oliver's Red Rum barbecue sauce. So we had leftovers, this entire Tupperware, and we are repurposing it to make Chinese steamed pork buns. So I'm dicing up this barbecue pork. I'm going to stick it on the frying pan, add some Taiwanese flavors for the Taiwanese national dish Lu Ro Fan. And this pork is just going to have a lot of flavor, so that's really exciting. Great. And for those that you just tuned in, I try to keep this area visually clear, like try to keep it so you can focus on what I'm doing right in front of you. But this is bread dough that we had rising overnight. I like to do an overnight rise because it's technically bread should take a couple hours to rise, but I don't like always peeking at it. So if I stick it in, if I prepare it the night before and I just forget about it, it's good the next day, and it might turn into like a sourdough, but that's not bad. Like people have sourdough all the time with a dip. It's not rotten or anything. It's just, yeah, it might have like a more I guess exotic taste to it, but it's not bad at all. Okay, so I cut this up. I am going to I'm going to dice a bunch of onions, and there's going to be an intermission for noise caused by our food processor. So as I mentioned to some of you that just tuned in, today is our New Year's Eve cooking special, but our regular show is Sunday. So what that means is we're doing tons of cooking this weekend due to the holidays and the need for lots of food and to enjoy. And so we're having a New Year's Eve breakfast special. Then tonight at 6:30 we have a New Year's Eve party food special that will have baked southwestern nachos and also a Thai pomelo and shrimp salad. So for those of you who don't know what pomelo is, it's this amazing fruit. It's a milder version of a grapefruit. It's not as sour, so it's a lot easier to I guess, to get used to because it's just not a strong flavor. It's a nice light orange, light grapefruit taste. So that's what a pomelo is. So tonight I'll be making that. Also, tomorrow I'm making tons of dishes. I have 4 dishes lined up. I have coleslaw salad with Caesar dressing homemade, Japanese pork and cabbage dumplings. I have Italian gnocchi, potato pasta, and mapo tofu. And so mapo tofu and the gnocchi are by viewers' requests. So these people had typed in the chat that they were wondering about those items, and so I'm featuring it. I listen to you guys. Please share your ideas. Feel free to request, and I will try my best to feature it on the show and give you the shout out too. So I see that there's a couple of viewers have joined. Hi there, Mountain Doe and Mappa George. Oh, I'm glad you experienced one of those steamed buns and enjoyed it. Now you get to watch us make it. And if you just tuned in, here's the dough that we have that has already risen. So it's just regular bread dough. So you didn't miss anything. And you can just go ahead and then use regular bread dough for this. Okay. So so with all the cooking that's going on, and most of these dishes have onion in them. Today's broadcast this morning and this evening, tomorrow's broadcast, pretty much every dish has onion in it. I'm going to just prepare a bunch of them and just stick it through the food processor to dice them all at once. Then the shows will go a lot smoother. So I'm going to do that. And hopefully that won't take too long. This morning's episode won't be as long. It's just steamed buns. And I have some hash, which I already made, and I'm just reheating. So that won't really be a feature on the show. And a Cool Whip dip that we're going to try with the hash. So Cool Whip dip. Most dip, and this is chip dip I'm talking about. Most dip. Oh, thanks for the compliment, Mappa George. Yes. It's always nice. I'm always glad that viewers could see and give me feedback as well. It helps me. It also helps other viewers too by sharing sharing your comments. So that's always very nice. Yeah. I forgot what I was talking about. It'll come back to me. Yeah. So the chip dip. Most dips are made with sour cream and mayo as their base. A lot of dips these days even have a packet of a soup mix in them. But I actually, over the Christmas holidays, went to my brother-in-law's home, and his mom-in-law made this really terrific dip. and the base was mayonnaise and a Cool Whip, and it just tastes so good. It's so addictive. It must be the sweetness of the Cool Whip, and also the texture, the airiness of the Cool Whip. So, and like hash is made of potato, and potatoes and potato chips are made of potatoes. So I thought, okay, why not have our hash for breakfast and feature this instead of using a sour cream to top the hash, or sour cream to top the baked potato, because baked potato is a relative of hashed potato. Let's try this chip dip, because we know that it works very well with potatoes. So we're gonna have hash with chip dip. And if it doesn't work out, I don't think that would be the case. That is highly addictive. We will save it for this evening's spread. Yeah. So this morning isn't going to be too much cooking. Wow, okay, I gotta speed up with these onions. I'm such a slowpoke. Okay, okay. Chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. Gotta speed it up. Okay, so I have 2 large onions, the yellow onions, and 2, let me get that out of your way so it doesn't look ugly in the camera's view. And 2 small red onions. I'm just going to zip them through the food processor quickly. Then I'm going to turn up the stove. So, that's such a sweet comment. Thank you, Mappa George. Professional. I'm not sure what my hubby would call that. Maybe I talked to him? No. I was looking up online how to easily cut onion, because there's a lot of peeling and cleaning involved in cutting onion. And so what I found on WikiHow is that, okay, I'm gonna move my food garbage a bit closer. Okay. Is that you should cut along the vertical of the onion, right? So that your top and bottom are positioned top and bottom. They're aligned with the knife. And apparently it will be easier to peel the skin off. But you know what? Honestly, it's not easy. It just never is. And I did a cooking class as part of my friend's bachelorette party when she was getting married, and the chef taught us this other method for dicing onion, and I actually find it very dangerous, that method. I'll demonstrate that on the red onion, what that is, and I don't know why that's even a method, so I'll just clean these up, and then I'll show you on the red onion what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, so the method that the chef taught us was that, okay, you cut it in half crosswise, so not long. It's not aligned with the top and bottom of the knife, like crosswise. Okay. If you're not familiar with a Chinese cleaver, don't do this. Okay, and your hands on top of the blade, never under. And I'll show you with a smaller knife. There's this, and then you're supposed to cut a grid in the onion, right? So I'll do that. I'll cut a grid inside the onion. The camera probably can't show that much. Zoom into that kind of detail at the moment, but I think this is so dangerous. So we were taught that. Cut into the. So what I did was I cut um, through the onion inside, and then slice it, and it comes out diced. So I agree that that will be the case, but I just think that you know, if you're cutting like 4 onions like I am, so it does come out kind of like it does come out diced. I didn't score it or cut the onion too much because I just think it's so dangerous. But yeah, a chef taught me that, and I don't know. I rather do it my way, where I cut it, you know, where I cut it lengthwise, then cut it lengthwise again. So I quarter it, and then clean the ends off, the top and the bottom, and then just peel the skin. That way, I'm always working with a stable surface. I just find that other method of scoring it or cutting a grid within the onion and then slicing it, you know, it's so easy to lose your grip and slip the onion on the board and accidentally, you know, cut yourself with a knife. So I think it's so important to just have a very good, work with a very good flat surface when you're using a knife. And I'm particularly cognizant of that because I work with a cleaver. I guess if you're with a smaller knife, you might just do things quickly. You might not think much because it's lighter, it's smaller. Like, you know, you don't really think much. But like when the knife is heavier, like you feel it. You don't want to slip that. So yeah, and I'm going to show you another reason why this cleaver is probably my trademark and something I love using when I cook is that not only is it good for cutting with, it's good for scooping up your food, like doing this, right? So I'm just throwing out the food garbage, just like that. Yeah, yeah. It makes this nice sound. Okay, great. All right. I've just got to clean one more onion. Yeah, so. Okay. So for those viewers that just tuned in, I see the viewer count has just gone up slightly. Our regular show is on Sunday, but due to the holidays and the New Year's Eve and New Year's Day weekend, we just have a special a feature on this channel where we have 2 cooking shows today. Our morning is the barbecue pork steamed buns and Cool Whip dip show, and 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time we are doing Southwestern baked nachos and Thai pomelo shrimp salad. So just so we have something fun to look at while I'm cutting this. This is a pomelo. It's an Asian fruit. It tastes like a cross between an orange and a grapefruit, but not as sour, not as tart. It's got a lighter taste to it. Really easy to eat. If you know you don't like anything too extreme, any strong taste, it's quite good. Yeah, it's a really light citrus. It's kind of like, you know, lime is a lighter version of lemon. Not really, but kind of. Like lemon is very sour. Lime is not as sour, but like if that's sort of how you could you know, find the similarity. It's just the pomelo is like a lighter version of a grapefruit. So tonight, if you come back and tune in at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, we're making Thai pomelo shrimp salad, and that's very good. That's my husband and I went to Hong Kong in May, and we had Thai food, and we went to this restaurant called Cha Cha Wan in central Hong Kong, Cha Cha Wan. and we had that dish. It was actually on the house because our fish dish would take a while to cook, so it was on the house. That pomelo salad, it was so good. It's got all these flavors going on. It's got your pomelo, lime, cilantro. It's got coconut milk and coconut flakes and cashews. So that that exotic coconut cream taste with the lime and the mild the pomelo, grapefruit like taste, and then there's a bit of fish sauce. So it's really funny. I tried to find a substitute for fish sauce, like if for those of you who might be vegetarian, and they say that you could use like a mushroom soy sauce. The distinct taste in fish sauce is the fermented fish, just like Caesar dressing has fermented anchovy in it. Worcestershire sauce has fermented anchovy in it as well. Fish sauce has some fermented fish ingredient in it too, and they call that flavor umami, like UMAM or UMAM. UMAMI, umami flavor, that fermented, I don't know. So they say that you need that umami flavor, which is like an earthy flavor, and you can get that from mushroom if you're a vegetarian. Okay, let's see what our viewer has to say. I'm not crying. Yes, I actually cut up 4 of these onions. I'm impressed myself. Okay, so I'm going to just step aside to give these a rinse. There's a bit of onion peel stuck on some of these, so just we try to keep things clean here. I'm really self-conscious. I don't want to be broadcasting a messy kitchen. So what you see, I want it to be applicable to the stream. I don't want you to see garbage, so I put it off to the side of my garbage bucket. So okay, I'm just gonna step aside, give these a nice rinsing, and then I'll be drying them off, and then they're gonna go through the food processor. The food processor is behind me. It'll be loud, so while I'm doing all that, there's just gonna be I won't be interacting. It'll be a little bit. The stream will sort of go dead. It'll be noisy because the machines are loud, and then I'll come back. So be right back, okay? And feel free to chat with each other when I'm gone. Well, I'm not gone. You can see me. Okay. Oops. So I'm back because I just felt it got too quiet for me. But I wanted to mention that while I was washing the onions, when I was in Asia this summer, or spring, late spring, early summer, we also went to Japan, and we had dinner with a Japanese family, and we had a hot pot dinner at the table. A hot pot is where there's a communal pot in the middle of the table with communal utensils, and there's usually some meats that you can put in the pot. There's like really delicious sauces prepared and vegetables, and it's just a fun thing to be cooking in front of everyone. And it's also an etiquette thing too, like people help each other cook. So if something is on the opposite end of the table, that person will get it and offer to cook a bunch of it for a few people. So it's also part culture too, to do communal cooking. So anyways, one of the, I guess, appetizers, snack items was raw onion, and it wasn't strong. So there was a comment about why I'm not crying. It wasn't strong, and It, the owner, my host, told us that the onions were actually soaked in water. So if you don't like your onions very strong, if your recipe calls for red onion but you have yellow and you think yellow is too strong, you could tone down the strength of, or I guess the the spiciness of the yellow onion by soaking it in water, and that actually takes away some of that spiciness, for lack of a better word, spiciness. So that's a interesting trick, and we were just eating these yellow onions raw. And they were so light tasting, and I thought they were special onions from Japan, and and then I found out, oh, all you gotta do is soak them in water, and then you can take away that strong onion flavor. Okay, so I'll be right back. I'm just gonna zip these through the food processor to get them diced. Okay. I actually have another red onion that's half cut in the fridge. I'll just throw that in. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Clean it up. We had a leftover meatball sandwich yesterday, and so I cut out some onion and added that to it. My parents-in-law cooked a wonderful holiday Christmas dinner and all these meals for us when we went to visit them, and they gave us a bunch of leftovers, so that was really nice. All done. Okay, so okay. Get rid of this pop-up, iCloud pop-up. Okay, so we're gonna turn on the grill and we're gonna start simmering the filling for this steamed pork buns. Okay, just to let you guys see something. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to throw this in. I'll just put everything in the pan. One of these days, our camera could show what's happening right on top of the stove. So I'll just let you know what I'm putting in. And there's no science to this dish, so I'm just going to show you that everything that goes in and just put it straight on the stove. Yeah. Okay. So as I was mentioning, we've got barbecue pork, which is diced up in the pan, and we're gonna add a bit of seasonings to beef up the pork or pork up the pork. Okay. Okay. We don't need too much onion for this. Wow, all the liquids come out, which is a good thing. So I can separate them and keep it dry. Okay. All right, that's enough onion. So I didn't follow any recipe for this. I'm just using some leftover barbecue pork and making like a light gravy, a Taiwanese gravy based on their national dish, lu rou fan. And so for that, I'm gonna grab my my notes that I wrote down. Okay, 1 second. Okay, got a flyaway note. Okay. So 2.5 teaspoons of sugar. So some more background on the Taiwanese flavorings. So there's this dish in Taiwan. It's a minced pork rice dish in Taiwan called lu rou fan. Lu rou fan. I'm not a Mandarin speaker, or I'm not from Taiwan, so the pronunciation, it could be off, but you can Google it. Lu is the first word. Second word is rou, R-O-U, and then the last word is F-A-N, fun. And I know that the second and third words mean meat rice, and lu, I think I know what it means. I think it means mixed meat rice. Now that I don't know Mandarin very well, but sometimes there are similarities between Mandarin and Cantonese. So I'm just guessing, and I think it means mixed meat rice. Okay, so 2.5 teaspoons of sugar. I'm just guessing. I took out the wrong spoon, but I'm just gonna guess. I think that's about 2 teaspoons here, and just a little bit more to make a half. All right. Then a small onion, which I have in there, and some Chinese cooking wine. If you don't have Chinese cooking wine, you can substitute with brandy, but brandy's expensive. Chinese cooking wine, it's not so expensive. It's like a couple bucks. So, yeah. But if if you don't want the wine taste, if you don't drink alcohol, let me see. Yeah, I've read online that some people substitute cooking wine with apple juice when the recipe calls for it. I guess wine, it comes from like fermented fruit. It comes from grapes, and so it's got, apple juice has that sharp sweet taste, but we have Chinese cooking wine, also known as salted Shaoxing cooking wine, SHAOXING, SHAOXING, and this is a common ingredient in Chinese cooking, and it's made with salt. So it's actually from rice. It's actually a rice wine. So you might be able to find rice wine in the supermarket. This is a product of China, so they in China they call it the Shaoxing cooking wine. But if the label is anglicized, it would also be called rice wine. So there you go. Okay, so a quarter cup of rice wine. Okay, so that's actually quite a bit because a lot of recipes ask for 2 to 3 glugs of wine. Like a glug is where you you just sort of, that's a glug. You know what, I'll demonstrate with the cap closed. So I'll just put that in. This is the easy way. I want you to see what I'm doing. That's why I'm putting all the ingredients in. Then I'll put it on the stove and let it simmer. So a glug is like that. So most recipes say to put glugs of wine in it, but here it actually says a quarter cup of wine, which is a lot. So that's a pretty major flavor in this sauce. And then a teaspoon of white pepper. I actually have it. I don't want to grab it. And I appreciate that a lot of viewers might have black pepper, might likely to have access to black pepper more than white pepper. So let's do that. 1 teaspoon, I'm just going to guess. Okay, I'm going to guess that. So that's going to be quite a bit of revolutions. Then next, it's got a teaspoon of ginger. Hello there. Oh, thanks for your comment. You will get a better view once it's cooked and I cut the steamed bun in half. It's really good. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna stop there. I think that's approximately a teaspoon. Okay, and plus, there's already barbecue marinade or sauce on the pork. It's just that I'm beefing up the pork with an extra sauce for it. Okay, and a teaspoon of ginger. I like fresh ginger. That tastes really good. So rather than powdered ginger, so I'm gonna do that. I have a grater. I have a magic bullet, but I want to keep it simple. Like I don't want to be too cluttered and have a lot of appliances. So I'm going to just 1 teaspoon. I'm just going to get like a little bit less than a centimeter of this ginger thumb, I guess, and just peel it. We're just gonna wash it and just hand mince it. Or hand dice it. So I'm gonna just give that a quick rinse. Okay, all right. Okay, we got a few comments in. Oh, okay. Thanks for the tip. I'm new to this. Okay, so I have to put a hashtag food in my title. Oh, okay. So here's a bit of radio silence for you while I do that. Hashtag food. Okay. So okay, so I'll do that. Like that. Does that work? Okay. Okay. I hope that works. Yeah. And yeah. I recognize one of our chat participants, Mad Burger. And I know that he moderates another food cooking stream and has kindly offered to share some production tips to other streamers, food streamers. So that's very kind. I really appreciate that tip. So we'll see. I don't know if I did it properly. The hashtag food. Thanks, X Shonen. Okay. Okay. And now there's this funny delay. When I look at the the stream, what I see is are things that happened like maybe 5 seconds ago. So there's this like weird delay. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm hand mincing the ginger. I have a food grater. I have a bullet. I could do it the easy way, but I just don't want to have like so many kitchen appliances out. You know how much room and washing those things take, and it's just a little bit. It's just a teaspoon of ginger, so I'll keep it easy. And not everyone has every appliance out there, so sometimes you have to work with more basic tools that you have. All right, so we have our barbecue pork in the pan. We have ingredients to put together our Taiwanese lu rou fan gravy. So just for those that just tuned in, the barbecue pork was marinated with Jamie Oliver's Red Rum barbecue sauce, which was featured 2 episodes ago in our broadcast, and we had leftover barbecue pork. Here, I'm going to stick it in the fridge so that we can keep using it. And so we're using leftovers. And we're just beefing up the pork, or porking up the pork, by adding some Taiwanese ingredients for this lu rou fan, which is the Chinese cooking wine, which is also known as rice wine, sugar, and now we have to add a bit of soy sauce, dark soy sauce and light soy sauce. Okay. All right, okay. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Sorry about the radio silence. I misplaced my my soy sauce. How could I do that? It's a staple in every Asian kitchen. That's so silly. Okay, 1 second. I found them. Mushroom dark soy sauce and light soy sauce. I'm also going to add sesame oil. That will give it like a nice nutty flavor. Okay, just like a teaspoon of sesame oil. Great, so let me catch up on the chat. Oh, sorry. Okay, I know I did. So the reason why my hair is down rather than up is that I just washed it. It has to dry. But for this evening's broadcast at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, so I'm just going to do a spoon of light soy sauce. And then I'm going to do a spoon of dark soy sauce. Okay, so light soy sauce has more of the soy sauce flavor. Dark soy sauce isn't heavily flavored. A lot of people use it for the coloring. It gives it that nice, rich, dark color so that your food looks, I don't know, more elegant. It just looks, it looks richer. But it does have some flavor. This is actually called mushroom dark soy sauce. Okay. I think we're ready to put this on the stove, and it's 9 o'clock. Okay, I gotta hustle. All right. Okay. Oh, this is the wrong lid. All right. this up. All right, okay, I have it on medium, and then I'm going to switch it to low. Okay, I'm going to start prepping the dough for the steamed buns. Okay. Oh, sauce soya. Okay. I like that. I like to have contributions from the viewers and to learn. Okay, sauce soya. Great. Great. So I'll remember to feature that. Okay. I'm going to give this workstation a wipe down. There's actually flour here because I was working with dough a bit earlier. Yeah, it's actually okay because I haven't been working with raw meat and the cutting board was on top. So I'm just going to go straight ahead and work on the dough. Okay. All right, so I'm going to flour the surface. Okay, get my dough. Great. Okay. Okay, and I think I'm ready to do the buns. Okay, so I'm just gonna do little balls first. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna cut this in half. So this recipe makes 8 buns. I think they're 8 large buns. But we'll see how it goes. So I use 2 cups of flour for this bread recipe. 2 cups of flour. It's just a regular bread recipe. Cut this in half. Okay, so 4 buns, 4 buns. Now, you know what? The easiest thing to do is just to, I don't need to roll it out further. Cut them so that I have 4 equal parts. Okay, then I'm going to roll each one into a ball. Great, what else we got here? Oh, oh no, I have to get this Twitch thing right. Okay, okay. Well, I hope, I get rookie sympathy here for being a newbie. This is my 3rd cooking broadcast and 4th episode. So I had a Christmas one where I just said hi to people and wished everyone a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. If there's no Christmas celebrating in where you're from. Still want to wish everyone the best. Okay, got 8. Great, so I've got 8 balls. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to turn back to the filling momentarily. Hopefully it won't take too long because everything's cooked. The pork is already cooked. Okay. I'm going to fire it up. It smells really good. So what I'm smelling here is mainly the soy sauces, or the sauce soya to our French viewer, and some of that rice wine, because there was a whole 1/4 cup of rice wine, which is quite a lot. Those are the major smells, and there was some sugar in there. Some ginger, but I don't smell those. I'll probably taste them. Some sesame oil. Yeah. An onion. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Yeah. All right. Okay, I've got this weird video lag. So what I see now is that I'm still at the stove area, but I'm not. I'm in front of you with the food. So there's this time delay between the camera and what I can see on my screen. but that's okay. That's okay. So let's see what you see. Okay, I do have another view, which is the software. Okay, I think we're good. Thanks, ex Shonen. Um, yeah, my husband appreciates that. So for each of um, these steamed bun rolls, I'm going to start filling them. Okay. 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 So I think you can see. Yeah, you can see in the camera. Great. Okay. So I'm going to just knead it with my thumbs. Right. Can you see it? Okay. The center, we usually leave it a bit thicker. Okay, because that's the bottom of it, and you don't want the sauces to sort of, they shouldn't leak, but it's always better to have a thicker bottom. Okay, I'm gonna make this bigger. I'm not the best at wrapping, filling. Like the professionals, they can make these really nice designs on the top. I'm going to try my best, so we'll see how that goes. So I've got 8 of them. I'm going to roughly divide my meat and yeah, make sure that they're all even, so that every bite tastes good. Okay. All right, I've got 8 equal portions. All right. Okay, and you know, the trick is actually not to overfill it, because then it could break, and then you'll have like a mess. So I'm gonna get my steaming rack ready. I've got a steaming rack here. Okay. All right, I'm a little nervous. I haven't done this in probably over a year, steamed buns. So, but okay, all right. Okay, this might be a little bit overfilled, but we'll see. So the professionals would, I can't even do it. They would somehow crimp it so that there's these nice pleats. But I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to try to pleat it. Great, thanks for the update, Mad Burger. I will try to fix that problem about not showing up in creative. Maybe I have to put hashtag creative in front of it. But I appreciate the feedback to improve viewership of the channel, and to promote the arts, and promote cooking, and to promote other artists too. So I will. So I will follow up and figure out how to fix that problem, that technical difficulty. So there's no right or wrong way to do it. I'm just going to close up this bun. That's all I'm doing. Nothing complicated. I just take the edges, and I just pull it to the center, kind of make like it's kind of looking like a flower or a star or something. Close it up so it doesn't leak, and then I'm just gonna pinch so that it doesn't burst open on me. It might burst open, as long as the bottom doesn't burst open. If the top bursts open, that's good. Okay. Okay. Great. So, the restaurants would make it nicer, the shape, but for home cooking, this is great. And my best friend, she's actually coming over for breakfast. She'll be here If she's on time, she'll be here at 10. If she's early, which she might be, she'll be here in the middle of our broadcast. So let's see how fast I can do these. So I got to do 7 more of these and stick them in the steamer. Oh, and I was also supposed to do the Cool Whip. All right, okay, I gotta hustle. All right, okay, lots going on. Okay, so I'll just work quickly. Yeah. Okay, so I'll give myself, wow, I'll give myself less than 10 minutes to wrap all of these and get them in the pot for steaming, and then I can move on to the Cool Whip dip, which doesn't take long. It's just that that's gotta, yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. It's pretty ugly, this one. Squish, squish, squish. I might have to put less filling in them so that they don't, so they close up properly and so they don't burst open when I steam them. Okay. Hi there, if you're tuning in, we're making steamed barbecue pork bun, steamed Chinese barbecue pork buns. Okay. Do I have Chinese roots? Yes, I do. I do. Yes, my heritage is from southern China, Guangdong province. But I am Canadian. Yeah. And I cook a lot of fusion foods, so this is a Chinese dish, but the barbecue pork that's used as a filling was made with Jamie Oliver's Rad Rum sauce, and I believe that is an American barbecue sauce. So I'm a fan of fusion foods. I love living in Canada. I love the food that we have here. There's a lot of international flavors and cultures here, and we're always trying foods from different cultures. There's lots of ethnic neighborhoods and ethnic grocery stores here. So that's where I get my inspiration for food, and also from the viewers too. We had an Italian viewer or a viewer who mentioned, asked if I can make a gnocchi, and Italian gnocchi, and I'm making that tomorrow. Someone talked about Thai, and I'm gonna make Thai pomelo shrimp salad tomorrow. For those of you tuning in, this is a pomelo fruit. It's a lighter version of a grapefruit and not as sour. So think of your lime and lemon. Your lemon is sour, your lime is sour, but not as sour as a lemon. It's just the range. It's just a lighter version. Hi, thanks for following Benek or Ban for K, Bane for K. Thank you so much. And I do take viewer requests, and so tonight I'm doing a Thai pomelo shrimp salad, and tomorrow I'm doing mapo tofu, which is a Szechuan spicy tofu, and Italian gnocchi. I'm also doing Japanese pork cabbage dumplings tomorrow, and I'm doing coleslaw salad tomorrow, but with a Caesar dressing rather than a coleslaw dressing. And using Chinese cabbage rather than Western cabbage. So follow me for more updates and for lots of cooking fun in the Cook for Fun kitchen. Thank you for the comments, and thanks for the follow. Thank you so much. And some of you that just tuned in, thank you so much for the follow. I'm trying to hustle because I have a guest coming. My friend is coming at 10, and I'm behind schedule, so I have a Cool Whip dip on my menu. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for the follow. They're all coming in at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to try to speed up here. Yeah. Chop, chop, rush, rush. Hurry, hurry up. Yeah. She's a good friend, so if I'm still cooking, well, when she arrives, that's all right. She won't mind, but yeah. She would get a kick out of it, you know? Do some of you know each other? Bane and Thrash. Sorry, the font is small, and I have to really lean in. I'm about just over a meter away from you guys, like, so this is my arm, right? So another half arm would reach the webcam, so I'm kind of far. So these are gonna steam for around 15 minutes. The filling's already cooked. It's just the dough that has to. I have a couple of ugly ones. I apologize. I'll make sure the ones that I plate are pretty and will be served to our guests. But yeah, when your filling is raw, so tomorrow when I do the gyoza dumplings, the filling will be raw. We cook it for a little bit longer, like half an hour. But with steam cooking, you firstly put the water on a rolling boil, and then you lower it to the lowest heat, and then you just let it simmer, and you don't open the lid, and you ignore it. You don't peek at it to see if it's almost ready. You just ignore it. And then you open it, 20 minutes later or half an hour later, and it's done. Yeah, I have to hustle. Yeah. So, okay, got two more. Gotta rush. Okay. Great. Thanks for following, Mr. Corcus. So where are the viewers tuning in from? What countries? I know we have someone who speaks French. Doesn't mean that person's from France, but someone who at least knows the French word or French term for soy sauce, which is sauce soya. But it would be interesting to know where you guys are tuning in from. I think we have a returning viewer from Sweden who I've interacted with in the past. We also have a viewer from Canada. Oh, hello there. So we have someone tuning in from China. So I'm making steamed pork buns, but the filling, the barbecue pork filling, is actually based on a American recipe. It's Jamie Oliver's Rad Rum Rib Sauce. Oh, cool! Awesome. Italy and Vietnam. Wow. Cool. Wow. So that means we're all in different time zones. So those from Asia, opposite time zones. So it's almost New Year. So Happy New Year to you soon. And those in Europe, it's like the middle of the day. So we're in Canada, Eastern Standard Time Zone. So it's 9:18 a.m. So I guess for Europe, it's the afternoon, and for the Asia, it's the evening. That's really, really awesome. Okay, so, Germany, I forgot. I just went ahead in the thread. Okay, awesome, very good. So German food. I'd like to make schnitzel one day. I apologize. Is that German schnitzel? I think it is. I think schnitzel is German, and pound the pork, make it nice and thin and tender. I want to try it. Okay, we're almost done. Ooh, I've got some broken ones, but I'll eat those. The good ones will be for my guests. All right. Okay. Oh, did I see Brazil? Hmm. Okay. I want to try schnitzel. I I'm not very good at cooking food that's breaded. Like the last time I did that, all the all the batter got burned and it stuck to the pan. But I know it's a skill I have to learn, so I am excited now that I know we have viewers. We have a viewer from Germany. I'm gonna give that a try. It's motivation for me, so I'm gonna give schnitzel a try. And I always buy pork, so I should definitely try schnitzel. And I don't think it's deep fried. It's just pan fried, so I don't need to like have the pork swimming in. Okay, so we've got 8 of these. I've got two trays. Okay, I'm going to show you how I steam this. So got this really big like soup pot. I'm going to put about 1.5 inches of water in it. Then I'm going to place this steaming rack. Then I'm gonna put a bun here. A rack on top of the steaming rack. Here's a larger or higher rack. Oh, does it not fit? Okay, I'm just gonna stuff that in there. Then I'm gonna put the other one on top. All this entire tiered arrangement is gonna go into the pot, cover it, steam it. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll be right back. Hello there, thanks for tuning in. Oh, wow, you're auto streaming me. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for that. Okay, and if you have your own channel, I'll check it out and see if I can stream you in return. Okay, so Mr. Corcos. Okay. All right. Okay, so I've got my 1.5 inches of water at the bottom. I'm not gonna try to show it because the water's clear, you can't really see it, but now I'm gonna just stick these in the. Hope my friend forgives me for some of these broken looking buns. It's been a while. All right, okay, and these go straight on top of the. I'm gonna put it on the left side, and I'm gonna do hash on the right, and then I'm gonna do my Cool Whip chip dip. Okay. All right. Okay, we have it on medium, so it'll cook pretty quickly. I'm going to. We just had a little bit of filling left, so that's pretty good, not bad. Oh, yeah, there's a question about where I'm from. So another viewer also asked if I have Chinese roots. And yes, my heritage is from southern China, but I'm Canadian. And this dish is fusion. It is Chinese steamed barbecue buns, but the barbecue sauce is based on an American recipe by Jamie Oliver. And the sauce is called Rad Rum Rib Sauce. And it's actually on my dashboard. It's actually posted, it was actually featured 2 broadcasts ago. So I think that was the 18th of December. I had a broadcast and I did make the barbecue pork with the Rad Rum Rib Sauce. And I had leftover pork and I thought I'd repurpose it for the steamed buns. Yeah, and I'm just gonna grab the hash. Okay. So the hash is also leftovers from the holiday. Yeah, so this is not part of the cooking show. I'm just heating it up because my friends are coming over. And then after it's on the stove, I'm going to start with the Cool Whip chip dip. Okay, I gotta speed things up. Okay. All right. Okay, I better turn the fan on just a little bit. I hope it doesn't set off the fire alarm. Alright. Okay, I put it on low, so that should be pretty good. It'll be simmering. Okay, now we're doing the chip dip. So, I wanted to make sure you could see this. So, I grabbed this long extension cord from the garage. Because you know all these appliances have really short plugs. Where did it go? Okay. So I'm going to use the KitchenAid whisk. Okay, the whisk is in the fridge because I read online that when you're making whipped topping, that it's good to have your appliances cold so that the whipped cream can keep its shape or not deflate. Okay. Okay, I need my cold. So I've got my bowl and whisk, which I put in the fridge, so it's cold now. It's not frozen, it's just cold. I have my cold mayonnaise, okay, my cold milk. See, in Canada, the milk comes in bags. They don't come in jugs. They come in bags. I guess it's more environmentally friendly that way. Okay. Okay. I don't know why your name is Mr. Corgaz. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm a little nervous because I'm running out of time. Okay, for this Cool Whip dip, I was explaining that most dips are made with a mayo base and a sour cream base. This one is a mayo base with a Cool Whip. So Cool Whip. Cool Whip is a product by Kraft. The recipe can use Cool Whip or Dream Whip. And because we cook for fun here, I got the generic brand from our grocery store. This yellow label is called No Name brand from our leading grocery store called No Frills. It's the alternative. I think people appreciate alternatives because we cook so much, and it's probably one of the largest expenses that humans have is on food. So I'm not afraid to buy a substitute and generic brands. So this is just, it's got no name on it, but this is dessert topping mix and it's a substitute for Dream Whip. So I'm going to use that. And I'm only going to use half a pack because I don't want so many leftovers. We have a lot of cooking this weekend, so I'm going to make sure that it gets finished, the food. All right. Okay, I need vanilla too. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna pause a bit, just gather my thoughts. Okay, so half cup of mayo, half pack of Dream Whip, 1/4 cup of peppers. I'm gonna skip that. Unless we have time. 1/8 cup of onion. A half tablespoon of pickle. Okay. All right, I'll grab the pickles. You know what? I'm gonna skip the pickle because my relative made this, and she didn't use pepper. She didn't use pickle. She used onion. So I'm gonna keep it simple. Okay. Okay, Schmidt. That actually sounds German to me, Schmidt. But I might be wrong because okay, Schmidt. Schmidt. Okay. Okay. So for the Cool Whip, I'm going to set up my apparatus. I like using the large KitchenAid machine, but because I'm only going to work with half a pack, a reduced volume. I'm using this. Okay, it looks fine. Okay, I got it plugged in all right. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to measure this to make sure I get exactly half. Okay, and I'm gonna put the rest in a Ziploc bag. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay. 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 I'm going to lower the buns a bit. Alright, so yeah. Okay, so I'm going to pour this out and measure it so I get exactly half. I mean, it's easier to do a whole pack, but my husband doesn't eat mayo, so I'm going to be the one eating all of this. I'm going to put this in the Ziploc so I know what's inside. Okay, it smells really good. Okay, let's see what we got here. We actually got like a 1/4 cup. Okay, so I just need 1/8 of a cup. Let's see if I have a measure so that I get it right. 1/3 cup. I might not have it. Okay. I'm gonna have to eyeball it. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna have to divide half of it out. Okay. I don't have. So this is tricky. So, okay. Okay. This is approximately 1/4. Oh, our little prince woke up. We have a dog. Okay. Okay, that's about half. Okay, good. All right, we got half. Okay, so. Okay. Let me use a white one. Okay. A 1/4 cup of cold milk. Okay. So a 1/4 cup of cold milk. A 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Half teaspoon. 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, I'm just gonna eye it. 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. 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 Then, all right. All right. Okay. I think I just have to start whipping it. It's going to be loud. Okay, let's see. Okay. I do have a scale. I do. I do have a scale. I just didn't take it out. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I should throw this all in or put the powder in slowly. I guess it goes in. Yep, okay. The powder goes in. All right. I wonder if you can see. Yeah, you can see. The smaller camera shows. Oh. There. That's a good angle for you. Okay. Oh my God. It's getting there. It is, but I still need it a bit more stiffer. So I'm going to increase the speed a notch. Does this look good? A little bit more? Moderator's walking by. Yeah, just do a little bit more. I think that's okay. Can you see it? I'm showing you the other camera. Let's see. It's supposed to have stiff peaks. Yeah. Okay. Just one more round. All right. I think that's good. It does work. Wow. Okay. Well, that came off really clean. Okay. Okay. And then it asks for a half cup of mayo. That's actually a lot. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. It's not that bad. This is a half cup of mayo. And here's like a whole cup of dessert whipped topping. Okay. I'm going to give this a rinse. Okay. So, I'm going to put a half cup of mayo. And I'm the only one who's going to eat this. Because my husband doesn't eat anything with mayo in it. Okay. Okay, that's approximately half a cup. I'll smooth it out a little bit less. Okay, what are we talking about here now? Huh? Okay, let's keep this chat positive. Yeah, let's keep this positive. Okay, so we're putting. Let's keep our discussion focused on food. Yeah, I'm going to fold this mayonnaise into the whipped cream. And I have to be careful not to deflate any of this whipped cream. That's my fear of. That's my fear whenever I whip up something and get it nice and airy that it's going to deflate on me. On the flip side, the mayonnaise is supposed to act as a stiffener for whipped cream. Yeah. So the reason my husband just doesn't like mayonnaise, I think he just doesn't like the fact that it's made from raw egg. The idea of that, it sort of impacts his ability to enjoy it. I think it's a psychological thing, and also he thinks it's really high in cholesterol. Yeah. Okay, I'm just folding it. Some of you viewers are having a heated discussion about the concept of filial piety. Every culture is different, and we just have to respect the differences. Yeah, it's just I understand. I understand where the difference in understanding comes from, yeah, but let's not worry about that. Let's focus on food. Yeah, let's focus on food. So yeah, someone commented, filial piety is a big word, but if you look it up, that sums up what the chat discussion is about. Oh, thank you. It's. I think it's granite. Okay, so I've got this whipped cream mixed with a mayo, and I think that the mayo acted as a really good stiffener. That's looking really nice and thick. So now I'm going to just fold in some diced onion, 1/8 of a cup. So this is half a cup. I'll get half of a quarter cup. That's not a lot. Okay. Okay. I'm here. I'm just I'm just over to the side of the camera. Okay. Okay. Great. I think it's a bit wet. I want to dry it a bit. All right. Because I'd hate for the cream to deflate with the onion liquids. Okay, oops, I got an iCloud pop up. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to, I've got my, this is funny, I've got onion on a towel, but just gonna, there's a lot of liquid. Okay, it's 9:44. So after I mix this onion in, add a bit of, mix it in. I'm going to plate everything. I'm going to plate the buns, okay, and the dip. And then we're going to wrap up as my friend is coming over at 10. But if you have time, please do tune in 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for even more cooking. Yes. So New Year's Eve. So that's for tonight. We're making southwestern nachos. I'm going to fold that in. Yeah. Pull that in. Southwestern baked nachos and Thai pomelo shrimp salad. So if you tuned in recently, this is a pomelo fruit. It's an Asian fruit that is like a milder grapefruit. It's quite good. You can eat a lot of it without feeling that it's too sour. And that salad is really nice. It's got coconut in it, shrimp, coriander, lime. Yeah. Okay. All right. So our dip is done. I'm gonna plate everything before we sign out and see you again shortly. So let me plate everything. Okay. Yeah. Give you guys some room. Okay. Okay, so I'll let you guys see. So these are the steamed buns. So as I had predicted, some of them bursted open because I didn't seal it tight enough. I overfilled them and they bursted, but we have some that are still nice to present. Oh. Okay, so got even more. Okay. Great. Make sure that, I guess this is, okay, you can see it. It's a comment. Oh, thank you. So Mapa George, you mentioned that you had tried these buns before. I trust that. So they probably turned out better than mine. They should taste the same. The filling is delicious. But I didn't seal them properly, so some of them bursted. We got this nice one here that didn't break, and this one here, and a couple that just broke a little bit. But they'll be tasty. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So these are the buns. Okay. Now let's get a nice bowl. I'm gonna use this Asian bowl for the dip. Okay. The dip is gonna be used, could be used with hash. The rest will go in the fridge for tonight's New Year's Eve celebrations. Okay. And we'll start with a little bit. I'm afraid of the dip deflating. So I'll start with a little bit. And I'm going to stick a bit of coriander on top just for presentation. Oh, thank you for the follow. Oh, wow. Your username is spelled in Korean characters. Are you tuning in from Korea? If you are, 안녕하세요. Great. Here's some, and some garnish here. So there you go. So here's the Cool Whip chip dip. And here are the buns. Okay. Thank you, Mapa George. Yes. Oh, we've got a user with a Japanese username. Yes, I think in Japan, I think there are also steamed buns as well. So this is a fusion of Chinese and North American. The barbecue sauce is Jamie Oliver's Red Rum sauce. So I like to mix up my dishes. I like to keep it international. So that's it. This concludes our morning New Year's Eve breakfast broadcast. If you have time, we'd love to see you again and have you tune in for our New Year's Eve's evening broadcast at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be featuring Southwestern baked nachos with pico de gallo sauce and guacamole, all homemade, and also Thai pomelo shrimp salad that has this wonderful pomelo fruit, which is a lighter version of grapefruit. It'll have shrimp. Thank you for the follow, XV Rogue VX. And shrimp and coconut and coriander and some cashews. So please tune in if you can. So that concludes our show. See you next time. Is Baby around? Where? Okay. See you next time. And maybe our little dog will come out. He's sleeping right now. Take care. All the best. See you tonight. And if I don't, have a Happy New Year.